Good afternoon, Jody and my kids.
Good afternoon.
I am Gleason Cooper, your assessor for the day. With me today is Mrs. Sherry Barkley George. She is our technical person. You don't have to feel afraid or be nervous because all she's doing, she's just overseeing the process that is being done. Right? Today you'll be asked to demonstrate to plant a crop by hand, and you'll get a task and you'll be asked to carry out the task. If you're not competent at the end of the assessment, you have the right to reappeal or to be reassessed. Okay? Alright, so for your practical assessment, I have with me now your task. So I'm going to give you your task. This is your task. You're welcome. And I'm going to read your task, the task for you, and then after which you will be given 5 minutes to read the task for yourself, and if you have any questions you may ask. Feel free to ask. Okay? Alright. So your area of specialization is general agriculture, and the title of the competency standard is plant a crop by hand. You know you're a level 1 student. So here is the task. Mr. Brown invites you to his vegetable farm. Demonstrate to him the correct way of appropriate selection, handling, and planting of sweet pepper seedling using the appropriate tools. You are required to demonstrate the necessary steps, including land identification, land preparation, which include clearing, lining, measuring, planting distance, preparing the holes, transplanting, irrigation, fertilizer application, and shading that are necessary for completing this task. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes now to read the task for yourself. That's 5 to 10 minutes to read the task for yourself. And if you have any questions, you may ask.
Miss, when you say transplanting, what do you mean?
Alright, transplanting meaning you're going to transfer. So you'll be asked to transfer the seedling. You would have known how to do so.
Okay.
I know you would be quite competent in doing so. Miss Ricketts, you are about to continue the process. I just would like to find out from you, what is the planting distance for the crop that you are going to plant?
45 centimeter between plant and 60 centimeter between rows.
Okay, thanks much for that information. So I'm going to ask you to go ahead as it relates to the process.
checking to ensure that I did everything that was required for the paper.
Oh, that's okay. You have enough time. Remember, you were given 2 hours and you have utilized 1 hour and 45 minutes. So you have enough time to check.
The line preparation, after the line, the measuring the planting distance, prepare the ore, transplant, irrigation, fertilizer application, shading.
Okay. Alright. I am going to give you some feedback, but just give me a few minutes. I am going to check up your scores, and then after which I will give you your feedback based on the task that you have just completed. Alright, Ms. Ricketts, I want to ask you some questions as it relates to the task. Plant a crop by hand that you have just completed. Why did you choose those sweet pepper seedlings?
Alright, I choose those sweet pepper seedlings because they have 4 to 5 mature leaves.
Okay, thank you very much for that information. I noticed that the plants, they are actually wilting, and you did not provide any shade. Why is that so?
I didn't provide any shade because it was planted in the greenhouse, and the greenhouse provides a particular environment, and it also provides shading.
So, what if we were going to plant them out in the field?
I would get a leaf from another plant which is bigger than the seedling to provide shading.
Thank you very much for that information,
Okay.
Ms. Ricketts. Alright, I am going to add up your scores now, and I am also going to ask you to sign, and I'm going to give you some feedback as it relates to that. So give me a few minutes to add up your scores and to give you the necessary feedback.
Okay.
So Ms. Ricketts, you have some strengths, and I'm going to identify a few as it relates to the competency standard that I am using and my rubric. So I see where you are able to clear the field, refine, select your appropriate seedling, which is good. So I'll give you a 5 out of 5 for that. But in terms of your weakness, I see where you told me that you are going to use 45 centimeters between plants, but when you actually measure using the measuring tape, you measured 50 centimeters. So for that, you would have fell down for that. So I'm going to give you a 3 for that in terms of the planting distance. So overall you have done well, but in terms of your weakness and reading the measuring tape as it relates to planting sweet pepper seedling, you can maybe subscribe to Colin Chen video on YouTube, and that will give you more insight as it relates to planting crops, not only sweet pepper seedling, because he has a number of videos out there. So you can select the appropriate one that you want to watch.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to give you some hand sanitizer now, and I'm going to ask you to sign the rubric. I'm also going to sign it as well, and it's going to be dated. So you're going to do that